With Soviet-era Grad rockets, Ukrainian soldiers continued their efforts over the weekend to recover territory lost to the Russian army in Kharkiv. While Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky praised a new round of sanctions announced Saturday by the European Union against Moscow, he also appealed for more international support.
We are capable of putting an end to the Russian aggression this year.
The possibility of the Ukrainians boosting their defense systems with US F-16 jets and long-range artillery is not currently being contemplated, said U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan on ABC's This Week.
In this phase, the critical element is ground maneuver capability, and that means tanks, armored personnel carriers, infantry fighting vehicles, and the F-16 question is a question for later.
Some legislators, however, aim to do more now. Republican Representative Michael McCall told ABC.
We can certainly write into our appropriations bills prioritizing weapon systems. We intend to do that. Well, I think with enough pressure from Congress on both sides of the aisle, we can get into Ukraine what they really need to win this fight.
But the U.S. can't do it alone, and the Biden administration will need European allies to step up their contributions, Republican Senator Dan Sullivan stressed on NBC's Meet the Press.
They've had a commitment to spend at a minimum, and it should be a floor, not a ceiling, 2% of their GDP on defense. The vast majority of the NATO allies that we have don't do that.
On the diplomatic front, French President Emmanuel Macron announced he'll visit China in April to discuss Beijing's peace brokering efforts. The United States also wants to keep the lines of communication open, said National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan on NBC. But no high-level talks are planned between President Joe Biden and his counterpart, Xi Jinping.
Nothing scheduled at the moment, though I anticipate the two leaders will speak at some point in the not-too-distant future.
He emphasized that military communication channels with China are necessary to avoid escalation, surprises, and mistakes. Veronica, Balderas, Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.